most of you, a lot of you on this call, this is what your current initial visit funnel looks like. You may be using the different opt-in page, but if you're promoting Simple Affiliate System, you've probably got a blind opt-in page that looks something like this. And then when someone opts in, they land on this page. Well, let's just look at this logically and put ourselves in the shoes of the visitor here. You know, there's nothing here on the opt-in page that is going to prep me really for what's over here on the sales page, other than we're talking about money, okay? But there's not a whole lot going on as far as pre-framing. Now, this is your current thank you page, which is the Simple Affiliate System sales page, which is fine, by the way. I've made a lot of money just doing this, okay? There's pros and cons to the current thank you page. Pro is 100% of your new subscribers are going to see your primary offer. Con is you could turn some subscribers off by selling right away. But a bigger con is there's no call to action to check their email, which, and you guys need to pay attention to this, leads to a lower open rate on email one, which leads to lower open rates overall for future emails. Remember, we're serving our customers and GetResponse. And what happens is GetResponse on that first email, they're sort of judging you. This is a first impression with them. And they're looking at it and saying, okay, if it's a low open rate, clearly whatever this person is sending to these subscribers is not that relevant to them, because how your subscribers vote for you on your behalf is by opening your emails. Click-through rate is not as important because, let's be honest, if you and I are friends and I send you an email, there's a lot of emails I send to friends and family that don't have a link in it, right? So that's not as important. But you're probably going to open the email from me because we're friends and family. And so GetResponse is looking at it the same way. They're saying, okay, well, let's look at this first email. Let's see what percentage of people are opening this email. If it's low, then when you go to send email number two, they are going to be a lot stricter on you and more than likely send a larger percentage of your emails from email number two into either the promotions tab or, even worse, the spam box, right? And then you're sort of hosed because it's like a domino effect. And so it's very important that we get the maximum amount of people that open this email. But most people don't do this because, by the way, most people are doing it the way you guys are currently doing it, just so you know. This is what's taught by most people. This is what even big players do. But what they do run into is they run into emailing issues. And their email issues are really because they aren't doing what I'm going to show you that you should do, okay? So that's a big con. Now, an easy solution is creating a simple bridge page, right? So in this page, it just says someone opts in, says, awesome, check your free email inbox in just a few minutes for a special free gift. In the meantime, click below for a special video training. They click on watch video in this case, and that is your affiliate link to your primary offer, okay? Now, when you add this bridge page, this is what, if you just added a bridge page, what this would look like in your current process, okay? So you'd have the blind opt-in. All of a sudden, they would land on this because if you look at the copy on this blind email, you'll see that it says at the very bottom, it says access details and a special bonus will be sent to the email address above. And the reason that's there is to hopefully increase the open rate. Well, one of the ways we can increase the open rate of that first email is to feature the fact that they should go check their email, right? So we're telling them first, awesome, check your email inbox in just a few minutes for a special free gift. In the meantime, click below for a special video training. And then they go on to the sales page. Now, a couple things that are happening here, we're going to talk about this, which is the pros and cons, is the first pro is that it softens the blow of selling right away. Meaning, if I opt in this first page and I land immediately into a sales video, it's like, whoa, wait a second. Like, I thought I was opting in for this thing. I didn't really know what was going on. Whereas even just by simply putting this middle page, we're sort of giving a little space in between opting in and seeing the sales page. And this matters. Giving this little bit of space matters. It can really change the experience for someone on their initial visit. Okay. Now, another pro is obviously you're going to get a higher open rate on email one than your current approach, which, like we talked about, leads to higher open rate overall for future emails. If we want to sell, 15 to 50% of people that opt in, well, we got to make sure they open our emails first, right? And so we're serving the ESP. But you can see by featuring it, we're going to create a scenario where let's just logically say that if you didn't have this middle page, less people are going to go check their email because there's no call to action right now. They're not told, hey, go check your email. And so by featuring it on this page, this middle page, we're going to get more people. Now, a con is that 100% of your new subscribers will not see your primary offer. But the truth is that in this situation, most people will click through. It's like 90+% of people will click through. And frankly, if they aren't willing to click on a blue button to land on your sales page, probably not going to be pulling out their credit card to purchase the product. So you're not really going to lose any sales. You just can lose eyeballs to the sales page. But most people are going to click through. It's pretty unassuming. They're like, okay, cool, I'll click on this button. And like I said, you're softening the blow. Now more people are going to go check out the email number one. And it's a better way to do it. Okay. Now, an even simpler solution is putting that same bridge page copy on the sales page. Just so you know, this is like two images spliced together. This is in the actual sales page. But you can see here at the top of the sales page, it says, awesome. Check your email inbox in just a few minutes for a special free gift. In the meantime, watch the short video below. And then it's the sales page. Now, this is what this process looks like. We've got the opt-in page to the sales page, but that has that call to action. Now, think about that just in comparison to what you currently have. Do you think that more people are going to be checking email number one than the current sales page that you have? I think we can all safely assume that a higher percentage of people are going to check their email. And what's cool about this is we sort of removed that middle step with the bridge page. But we haven't quite given ourselves the same distance that middle page can accomplish. And so, like I said in the beginning, everything's a trade-off. It's a balancing act. This is a little softer than just landing on a sales page because the first thing they read is that they're going to get a free gift. So it's not necessarily that one is better than the other. It's just two different ways to do it. And so the pros is 100% of your new subscribers are going to see your primary offer. You're going to get a higher open rate on email number one than your current approach, right? Because the first thing they read at the top of the page is, hey, you're going to get an email in the next few minutes. Go watch this video first, and then go check the email. But the con is that you could turn some subscribers off by selling right away. But you're going to turn off less doing this than if you don't have it at all. If you don't have that copy at the top, you're going to turn off less because there's like, all right, we immediately went into selling mode. At least here I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to give you something for free, but in the meantime, watch this, right? So those are the pros and cons to having a sales page with a call to action headline. And here's some good news. We're actually working on versions of both Simple Affiliate System and Online Income System with a similar call to action. We had to work with ClickBank a little bit. It was a little more complicated than it probably should have been, but we should have that very, very soon, which means I'm going to provide you guys with a link. Let's just talk about Simple Affiliate System for a moment, where you'll have the opportunity to use this link, and you're only going to use this link on that first visit when someone opts in. Okay, you're not going to email this link out because it wouldn't make sense to email out a page that says, awesome, check your email, right? That'd be very confusing. But upon the immediate opt-in, it makes sense. And so what we're going to do is we're going to provide you with a specific link that you can use. It'll just be like another ClickBank affiliate link, but it's going to have that verbiage at the top of the page, which is going to automatically increase your open rate for email number one, which is going to, all things being equal, whether you did anything else differently, your open rate for email number two will naturally be higher, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is going to be an instant lift to your business by having the ability to use a version that has that call to action at the top of the sales page. Now, you might be thinking, well, Tim, what about that lead magnet semi-blind approach you were talking about, right? So this was the opt-in page that I showed you guys when it comes to the lead magnet plus semi-blind. Remember, it was talking about the cheat sheet and making a full-time living sending one email per day. Well, this, in that case, is what the thank you page looks like, right? So someone opts in, just so they opt in and they land here. And it just says, we have just sent your free cheat sheet to your email. Will arrive in the next few minutes. Go check your email inbox now to get access. There is literally nothing for them to do other than go check their email. There's no sales video. There's nothing. Okay. So in combination, this is what the funnel looks like. Opt-in page and a simple thank you page. Now, not this design per se. Like I said, these are more just for illustrative purposes, but this is, we've got our lead magnet. It's semi-blind. And once they opt in, we are telling them, hey, go check your email. Now, let's talk about what the pros is here. This is going to be the highest open rate on email number one of any approach, which is going to lead to the highest open rate overall for your future emails, right? There is no, just think about it. There's nothing other that you can do other than just get distracted, which some people will do, or check your email, right? And so we're not, what happens is when you have the sales video, some people get sucked in the sales video and then they forget to go check their email. You're going to get the highest open rate here, which is going to serve you when it comes to your relationship with your ESP and your open rates. Now, another pro is that you are going to have that disconnect, right? When people opt in, they just know there's something waiting around the corner for them. And so the fact that they're like, they told me they were going to give me a free cheat sheet, and that's all they're talking about here. They're not trying to sell me anything else. It's a good impression, right? We're making remember, these are human to human interactions. So how would you treat people on the streets? How would you treat people in your life? You know, we're not like, oh, we just pulled a slick one on you and said we're going to give the cheat sheet and then sent the sales video. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we're talking about what's going on in the mind of the prospect, right? So this is definitely a good way to stand out. You know, the con is that less than 100% of people will see your primary offer, which can lead to less sales on day one. They can, maybe not though. Now, if you combine sort of the previous approach with this latest approach, you come up with the semi-blind lead magnet plus the sales page with call to action headline, right? So you can see here, it's got the sales page, but at the top of the sales page, it says, we've just sent your free cheat sheet to your email. Will arrive in the next few minutes. In the meantime, watch the short video below. It's similar to the last one, but we're talking specifically now about the actual cheat sheet. We're not just like, check your inbox. They opted in for a cheat sheet. We're saying, hey, look, we're sending you the cheat sheet, but it's on the way. That's what this looks like, right? There's more congruence. There's more transparency in that, like specifically we said we're going to give them this thing. And now we're saying, hey, look, the thing's on the way. In the meantime, check out this video, which for some of you, this might be the right approach, because the pros and cons is we're going to have a higher open rate on email one than your current approach. It's not going to be as high as this one, because for the very reason I just explained before is that all they have to do here is to go check the email. Here, they could like watch the video, buy or not buy, and then forget to go check their email, or by the time they're done and they check their inbox, your email's gotten buried by 5 other emails that they're subscribed to, whatever the situation might be, right? So the open rate isn't going to be as high, but it's going to be certainly a lot higher than what you're currently doing right now. Plus the fact that, that there's an actual lead magnet, typically overall will just lead to a higher open rate because they know specifically what they're going to their email to check, right? With the other email, the other version, it just says like, hey, check your email inbox. We sent you a free gift. Well, that could be anything. And now we're being more specific with the cheat sheet, which is ultimately going to lead to a higher open rate. Pro here is 100% of people will see your primary offer. Con, same thing, could turn some subscribers off by selling right away. But you're going to turn less off with this approach because there's more transparency going on here. And you're still saying, hey, look, I'm going to send you the thing that I promised you. So I'm a big fan of this one, right? So these are my 2 favorite, just so you know. There's the semi-blind lead magnet funnel, which is just, hey, here's the cheat sheet. They land on the thank you page. We then send them the cheat sheet, and all they can do is go check their email. We're going to talk about what happens once the email arrives here in just a second. Then there's the semi-blind lead magnet plus the sales page with the call to action headline funnel, which we're going to be creating for you as well. So you have that option with Simple Affiliate System, with the online income system, in any future offers where you'll be able to have this call to action at the top of your sales page. And so there is that congruency. I'm telling you, these are my 2 favorites. I'm not saying that the way you're doing it right now wouldn't work. I'm saying based on all of my experience, this combines everything with the best approach, meaning you're going to maximize the amount of sales you're going to make over time. You're going to make the ESP a lot happier because you're going to get higher open rates with either of these approaches. And so what I recommend is that you test both of